Yo, what is going on, man? What is going on? I right now just got done my boxing training. I'm all sweaty. I'm just on the drive home before I get to work. I wanted to start uploading more long form content, just kind of give you, oh shit, my bad. The camera's going all over the place. I'm gonna hold it. I just kind of want to, my bad. See, this you could tell I'm an amateur at this shit, cause fuck, I don't have everything. I'm gonna hold it like this for now. But yeah, like, I just wanted to give more of like my thoughts, just like training and like things that go through my mind since I've been training. The goal is I'm going to enter my first amateur by the end of this year, first amateur boxing match. So right now, and I started maybe a little bit towards the end of last year, and I started off like basically like brand new. Like I didn't really have any martial arts or combat sport experience. But anyways, man, today, man, what I wanted to just talk about was simply the fact that the culture of boxing is way fucking different than a lot of other sports. I grew up playing basketball, so I kind of know what the culture is kind of like in basketball. Don't get me wrong, like, basketball, it's a lot of work ethic. Like, there's people like Kobe and all them. But, like, man, boxing is just a whole different thing. Like, just to give you guys an example, it's like when I'm training for boxing, like in between like rounds, like if I'm hitting pads or some shit, during the break, I literally just visualize as if like there's an entire crowd watching, and I try to make it seem like I'm not tired. Like, I'll just stand around and walk around during like, the 30-second break in between. I won't like sit down or some shit or be like obviously I'll breathe through my nose, out through the mouth. Major pause if that was a little sus, but because boxing, it's a lot of like body language. If my coaches tell me if in between the rounds you're showing that you're tired, you're gonna show the crowd and judges you're tired, and you could lose simply off that. And that's just one small thing, man. It's just like boxing. If you go to a real boxing gym, man, like the one I'm going to is pretty good right now, but it's like the culture is kind of like just nobody gives a fuck, man. Like, and it's just a big metaphor for life. Like, nobody gives a fuck that you're tired. Nobody gives a fuck that you didn't get enough sleep. Nobody gives a fuck that you're about to throw up. Nobody gives a fuck that you're about to cry. Because in the real fucking fight, which the metaphor would probably be life, man, is the world doesn't give a shit. It's still gonna continue. Your opponent is still gonna try to fuck you up, even if you're not hydrated, you're a little bit tired, you're not feeling the best, you're a little bit sore, all this other shit. Like, nobody gives a fuck. Like, the coaches won't give a fuck. And that's another thing about the culture. It's like, these coaches, bro, motherfuckers. And I appreciate it as an athlete. It's just because it obviously helps you improve. But these motherfuckers will not, you cannot impress them. Like, they're not easily impressed. Like, you go into a boxing gym and you think you're all this and that, and then you start working with the coach. Like, the coach will not, if you're going to a good boxing gym at least, they're going to be so unimpressed. They might even start talking shit, to be honest. Like, they might be like, nah, like, you could improve in this and this and this. It's just the overall culture and just like atmosphere of boxing has really just changed me as a person, man. And like, it just hardens you up for the real fucking world, man. Because I'm telling you, like, it sounds fucking embarrassing, but like, bro, a lot of the times after my fucking trainings in boxing, like, I'll generally, like, right now I'm talking to you guys as I'm driving home, but there's been a good amount of times where I'll be driving home and I'm literally crying. And I wouldn't say it's necessarily like emotional crying. It's more like your body has just been through so much fucking, like, what's the word for it? It's like your body has gone through so much like physical exertion that like your natural response is to like even cry, like as crazy as it might sound. Like, you know, when I first started crying, I genuinely thought I was just being a bitch or some shit. I was like questioning myself. I was just like, yo, is boxing even the sport for me? But I was even asking my coaches about this, man, but it's kind of just like, yo, especially if you're new and stuff, right? Your body is just going through a lot of physical exertion, especially if you're pushing yourself. That, like, you know, sometimes like your body's natural response is to cry. And man, like, you know, boxing is just, there's one thing I just wanted to say about the culture of boxing is it helps you like be hardened for the world. Because the world is not fucking, the world will give you shit. The world gives everybody fucking shit. There's nobody in this fucking planet that will go throughout their day without, or go throughout their life without facing some issue to some degree, right? Shit is gonna go wrong. It's just about, what do you do in those moments, man? Cause there's so many fucking times where I'm at training, man. Like, just to give an example, like, one of my coaches, like, I think yesterday when I was training with him, I don't think he was in the best of moods, and I don't blame him. Like, you know, this is nothing against him whatsoever, cause, you know, everybody has shit going on in their life, so I don't take it personally. But I could tell, like, you know, I've trained with him enough times, I can tell when he's in like a good mood and a bad mood. And yesterday he was just, I could tell he wasn't like as ecstatic to train. He's still gonna train with me regardless, but, you know, it wasn't like the same dude I knew, you know. And like during the entire session, man, like, you know, he was being hard on me, like, and I have no problem whatsoever, like, you know, coaches being hard on me, you know. Coaches being hard on you is just, the way I interpret it is just, they want you to get better, you know. But anyways, like, you know, like, I could tell he wasn't having a good like, it wasn't like, you know, he wasn't in a good mood and stuff. And I was just going through the fucking training, and I'm like, man, fuck this shit, man. Like, yo, like, you know, it just, even training, it didn't feel good, you know, because I just felt like I was fucking up everything. It's goddamn hot right now in Canada right now. Like, it is, I don't know if you guys can see this shit right here. Hopefully the camera will show it, but on my dashboard on the fucking car is showing that it's 33 degrees outside right now. And the thing about Canada, it's not just 33 degrees, it's 33 degrees with humidity. So it feels like, you know, like musty as fuck outside. Like, you know, like I did 10 minutes of skip rope, and a motherfucker like me was almost drenched in sweat after the first 10 minutes of skipping rope. And then I'm like, oh fuck, this guy's not in a good mood today. You know, I know training's gonna fucking suck. But here's the thing, man, like, although all that shit happened, it's just like, yo, that's part of life and shit, you know? Not every day is gonna be a good day, and some days are gonna be shittier than others. And boxing really like, if there's one reason you should get into boxing, you don't even have to compete, but just like being a part of the culture and the gym of boxing is that it just hardens you up for life. And you know, what better thing could you have in your life if, you know, you're just hardened for the world? Like, you know, anything comes your way, it's like, no problem, I'll fucking deal with this, you know? Rather than cry about it, like most people will in today's society. Our society today is really fucking soft. So even if you join a boxing gym, you're probably tougher than most people. Because the average human being nowadays especially is really fucking soft, alright? Most people ain't doing combat sports. Most people don't even fucking exercise, man. Alright? But yeah, man, that's kind of like the little spiel or little rant I wanted to give you guys after this post-training. I really like recording after I train because, you know, when you go through all that physical exertion and, you know, all those chemicals are getting released in your brain, I always genuinely have, like, you know, some interesting thoughts, if that makes sense. Like, I'm like, shit, like, you know, I come to some realizations, and rather than just, you know, having the realizations while I'm just driving the car, why not just spill it out on the camera and then tell you guys about it and shit too, because maybe you might find it helpful too. Maybe you're on the same path, you want to get into boxing, you want to enter your first amateur fight. But yeah, man, I know for the past several months I've said I've been uploading consistently, and I've been lying to you guys every fucking time. So instead of saying I'm willing to upload consistently, I'm just gonna show you guys rather than say it, because we all know fucking actions speak louder than words. But there's gonna be 5-6 more months left of training before we get into the fight, man. I want to make sure I get like every moment, have the highs and lows, and just share my overall experience and document the entire process. All right, my apologies if the camera was all over the fucking place today, man. I'm still getting used to this right here. I'm gonna start recording. See, I'm not gonna say it, I'm gonna actually do it. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna start uploading consistently and then fucking not. But yeah, man, I'm just gonna end it right here. I hope you guys got some value from it. Let me know what you guys want to see, right? If you guys want to see some shit where, you know, you see more of my trainings, you want to see like more like diet shit, you guys want to see more like, you know, shit I'm doing outside boxing to make sure my body is good, just anything related to either boxing, fitness, losing weight, putting on muscle, mindset, anything like that, man, let me know in the comments below. And if you have any thoughts, if you've been boxing for a while, let me know what I can expect, man. I'm still new to this shit. I am by no means no fucking expert, man. So I'd love to hear anybody out there with way more experience than me. Let me know what else I could be expecting. But other than that, man, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one.